Okay, so are we guys ready? Okay. Now, let me just give a brief of what is USDFX mainly, and then how are we going to utilize this when it comes to the merchants. So, basically, our main goal and priority here is the point of acceptance, because most of the merchants globally, they're not really aware that using crypto as a mode of payment, it provides them a lot of accessibility. Especially na ngayon, most of the countries, they're moving forward into accepting this as another mode of currency for payment. Although there's still a lot of factors to consider when it comes to merchants and businesses. That's why the adoption of crypto is taking its time. It became much more slower due to the regulations and the risk involved when it comes to acceptance. And another problem here is that most of the merchants, they're not fully literated. They don't really understand what blockchain can do for their business, what cryptocurrency can do for their business, how easy it is for them to be able to use it, and will the banks accept this as a mode of payment. And that's why our goal when it comes to USDFX is to bridge the gap between micro entrepreneurs such as you guys and SMEs towards the crypto adoption. And of course, we were all affected during the pandemic, right? And I've seen the huge transition during this pandemic landscape kasi there's a lot of digital payment solutions and na nag-grow during this time. And when it comes to blockchain adoptions, digitalizations, fintech adoptions, I've seen the transition since 2017 up until to this certain point of time, wherein now regulators, countries are now adopting the technology because the technology itself is so transparent. It's not that hard to actually develop and build on top of that. And it supports them when it comes to all of the transparency for documentation, faster processing, and so on, and verification. So that's what blockchain could actually do majorly to your businesses. Kasi when it comes to all of these transactions process, what are we trying to solve here? And the most common problems that we are facing as a business owners, because I am also in the same place as you are, wherein I used to run my own as a advertising agency back then in 2012. And it was not easy for me to receive payments internationally. Now, during around 2014, there was one client of mine na he wanted to send me some payment, but I don't have an international bank account. I don't have access to PayPal because PayPal that time it's still very new, and I was still hesitant to use PayPal because of the fees. Where can I convert it? Where can I send it? How can I use it? And there's no such information that is easy for me to understand. Now, one of my clients, he was just going to send me $100 worth of Bitcoin back then. And I don't even understand what is Bitcoin because that time I said, okay, just $100. Let me give it a try. So the way in my experience before was so crucial because I'm such a blockchain virgin back then. I don't understand anything about the tech. Just like you, I was on your position too. So I was like you, I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know what am I receiving. I don't know how am I supposed to get it back to my account. So back then, okay, let me just give it a try. So he instructed me to go to the virtual space, go to VeerWalks, go to this exchange, go get this wallet, go swap this, go do that, and go do that. It took him 6 hours for us on the chat and call and nonstop for him to explain to me what is Bitcoin. But I still don't understand back then. I said, okay, this is money. So I need to receive this money to pay for my bills. So it ended up like managed to convert that BTC into real money back then using those exchanges, and I still don't understand what is it. Now, a year later, after that, I was like invited into some conferences, and were explaining to me about the beauty of the cryptocurrency. Now, I was literated, and then so excited to learn more about it. And I started to buy some trading ako ng Bitcoin. I go to other exchanges and learn more about the tech because I was more focused on learning about the token ecosystem. How does this solution or this technology can give me a solution for my own problem? Because before, I was just trying to solve my own problem. And then I saw that the beauty of blockchain, it can solve several problems apparently. And the first man who developed the blockchain technology was Dr. Scott Sternetta. And Dr. Scott Sternetta, I met him in Malta conference. And ever since I read his research paper, because he was one of those cited on Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. Now, ito yung story ko, no? So, back then, I started reading more about his research with him and Stuart Haber. And then all of the research from Merkle Tree, from all of the scientists, that apparently it was dated back since 1980s, that there is already a purely decentralization back then. Even internet was decentralized back then. So, when I dig deeper on the research, the token ecosystem is existing. Even we are using it at the moment. Even we are using it without us knowing that we are already involved into this tech. Now, that time, I saw that they are trying to solve one problem only at a time. And the main problem of Dr. Scott Sternetta was to solve the transparency of the attendance. And during that time, one of the biggest problem that blockchain is solving is time, because the first blockchain paper was published was to solve the problem of time. And that is very interesting because time is valuable. As when we are studying back then, we know that time is gold and time is money. Tama? And when it comes to this type of time, it solves the problem of time. It solves several types of issues as well when it comes to peer-to-peer payments, settlements, and so on. So that is actually the beauty of using the technology, because it helps you understand that blockchain is a technology. And we, as our company, we are a fintech company that provides the solution to the merchants, to the businesses, and then to the end users to solve the problem of time. Time for settlement on receiving your payments is so long, diba? When it comes to receiving international payments, it's taking you 7 days, 3 to 5 banking days, and it's taking you several amount of time to verify the transactions. And what is causing the delay of the suppliers to send their purchase? Time. Time is the biggest problem that blockchain can solve, and this is what we are solving into this type of scenario. Next, fees. When it comes to this blockchain development of Dr. Scott Stornetta and then the rest of the other scientists, they saw the peer-to-peer transfer is possible. Now, let me give you an example for those who don't understand what peer-to-peer transfer is. Peer-to-peer transfer is just like sending SMS to you and your friend from Egypt or from Europe to Philippines. This is peer-to-peer messaging system. You're transferring the data from one person to another in a small period of time. In a milliseconds, messages is transferred. That is still considered a peer transfer of data. Now, during this, all of the scientists, there's one guy who developed the peer-to-peer transfer mechanism. And This is how Bitcoin white paper was born, because Satoshi Nakamoto is an unknown individual who tried to see who are the best scientists, wherein I can just take their idea and then put it on a paper and combine it all. So basically, he unites the ideas of all these other scientists and put one type of currency. And back then, there's also another type of currency before Bitcoin was created. It was some sort of e-coin type of payment. And e-coin is electronic money. E-coin is kind of more like similar to the model wherein it solves the problem of time and cuts down the huge fees. This is actually the history of what I'm trying to share with you guys. So at least you have some idea on how beautiful and what is the main history of why blockchain is so powerful. Because it is developed by like-minded individuals who only have a goal to solve our problem, because that was their problem too. So our solution will be able to solve you the problem of fees, because fees when it comes to payments is high. If you are sending the money from Dubai to Philippines, you will need to pay Western Union charges, which is, let's say, 25 dirham, 35 dirham. That's almost $10 to $15. If you're going to use Western Union, money transfer, bank payment, PayPal, you would end up spending more fees. Now, cryptocurrencies were used to solve these issues, to cut down the intermediary, because we have intermediary in the middle. These are the banks, regulated authorities, payment processing, other companies, and so on. There are plenty of intermediaries in the middle. And guess what? They are making money on your time, on your own money. And that is true, because the longer the transaction reach to you at the end party, every single one of them will monetize the time. And that is true. You can see how much monetization by them keeping the money on a shorter time frame. For them, they could have earned already 0.4% per year, or 4%, 0.2, or so on, just by keeping this transaction longer. And the longer the transaction will take, the higher the fees, which is why blockchain and cryptocurrency solves this issue. And that's why regulators started to chase the technology, because they see that this is going to be a problem for them. How are they gonna monetize during this transfer if the transfer is instant, if the transfer is easy? Everyone will be able to maximize the time and save the fees. Now, on our technology, the way that we do it on our payments, if you receive Bitcoin as a mode of payment, or any crypto, Shiba, Polygon, Matic, any of those volatile currencies, you are also spending fees by doing that, because when you send those transactions, you are also spending gas fee of the native blockchain. But you are not making money on these fees, correct? You are not monetizing your own time on these fees. The way that we solve this issue is that when somebody sends the payment in other volatile currency, immediately USDFX is minted and sent directly to the merchants, and merchants can convert it to any local currency of their choice directly into their account. So the settlement time frame is captured in an instant manner. So we call it an instant settlement, where everyone will be able to save the huge amount of fees, and the fees that we are gathering are shared back to the community, to the affiliates, to the network of people who are providing the value to the project. Next, why are we doing this? We are all doing this for one reason. Think about it for just few seconds. If you are sending money almost constantly, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, or you are doing micropayment every day, right? One person can do 5 to 10 or 20 transactions per day for one person. And that is possible. Why? One, you're going outside the house, you need to pay for the taxi, Uber, Kareem, or let's say Grab, right? So you're paying for the gas. Then second, you're still paying for the credit card fees. You're paying for the debit card fees. You're paying also for your other sets of fees, utility bill fees, fees for your school, fees for the house, and so on. Think how much transaction fees it is on a micro payment. That's a huge transaction volume that can be minimized and shared back to the community who are spending the fees. Am I right or wrong? Correct. Because basically, you will be able to save this huge amount of fees and keep it for your own future, or maybe not for your future, but for the future of your family. And the reason why you're saving for the future is for what? Retirement plan, vacation plan, college, medical, house, and so on. What if there is a solution for you to be able to enjoy the future if you are spending? And this is what our blockchain that we are building is for. We're building a blockchain that can be shared back to the affiliates, and affiliates will take the share of the profit and the transaction fees generated. Because every single transaction that hits to the blockchain, my first question is, are you making money out of it? You are not making money out of all of these transaction fees. And this transaction fees collected is now shared back to the community for your future or for the future of your family. Now, this is a very short preview of all the market research. When it comes to the Bahrain, the growth, this is already $1 trillion. And guys, since I've seen some of those research, we are already at $13 trillion industry for blockchain since 2019. $13 trillion. We are even bigger compared to the transactions and all of other digitalizations. Blockchain itself is huge, huge industry, especially during the pandemic. The growth of, let's say, the cashless ecosystem. And here in the UAE, they saw that this is a huge potential. And that's why most of the businesses here, they are already accepting crypto as a payment, but they have a problem again. Their problem is the regulations, because the regulators will ask you, if you are doing Bitcoin as payment as a merchant, can you prove me the trail of transaction if who is this person? That's why they're still doing the similar process. How the merchant accept the crypto payment here is they receive it through their Trust Wallet or MetaMask or other wallet. Then they will need to look for someone to convert it on the exchange. And when they go to Binance or other exchanges, they need to pay for the gas fee to send it from one wallet to their Binance account, and they need to look for a peer-to-peer trader to convert it. And when you convert it, this one, you're also spending the fees for conversion, exchange rate fees too. And then when the guy is sending it to your bank account, first question the bank will ask you, who is this person? Why is he sending you money on your bank? But in reality, this person is not your buyer, correct? He is not your main customer. So how are we going to cut these issues? How are we going to solve the problem? If the banks themselves don't want to accept it, even if they understand the beauty of the tech, they know it is a good technology, but it is totally decentralized and they don't know the third party. So why would the bank allow you to accept crypto? Correct? So our solution and our ecosystem, the way that we build the stable token for payment is to support the trail of transactions so that no matter what happened, the banks will still be able to identify who is the buyer and who is the seller, because this is more important to the regulators and to the banks for them to see that this transaction is valid and real and within the AML procedures and guidelines. So our company is Omara Payment, and we are fully compliant when it comes to the KYC guidelines and the rules and the regulations set by the Central Bank of the UAE, following the FCA rules as well, or other financial service authorities rules when it comes to payment processing. Because we are only a payment processor and we provide the merchant, the business owners, and the end users a platform, a technology where you can do a payment and instantly you can settle it to your bank account, acting as the payment processor. So we just simply process the payment for you, and directly, if you receive 100 the BTC or any other crypto into your account, USDFX is utilized. And when the USDFX lock the transaction, it doesn't matter what will happen to Bitcoin because it's instantly captured. Then we have dollar, dirham, peso in our own account that can be easily being sent to the merchants for conversion. So immediately, the stable token for payments is used and designed to solve your problem as a business owners. So this is our ecosystem. We act as a way for you to ensure that the merchants and the suppliers and the businesses will be able to receive your payment and credited into your bank account in the same day. Because why? Why would you need to wait 3 to 7 business days if you will be losing and money in 3 to 7 business days? Instead, if you receive the immediately, you can process it and then utilize the system more and more. And the way that our rewards and incentives is growing, it supports your business because you, as a merchant or a business owner who is accepting crypto as a, there is a crypto rebate. There is a rebate program wherein every time that you are accepting crypto as a payment, we are sharing you back the transaction fees. And the person who recommend your business is one person who recommend your business. They also get a share on that transaction fees. So that way, they will start to recommend even more and more businesses to use us, because for our side, I truly believe when it comes to the affiliate marketing, word of mouth advertising is powerful than Facebook advertising, is powerful than Google advertising, because here it improves the system. So why should I pay Facebook for 1 like, 2 likes, or 3 likes? And if you're a merchant like me, we're both business owners, we always needs to pay marketing, correct? If you are paying the marketing fee every month, how much are you spending on your Facebook ads? That's a question number one. Are you making money by spending money on Facebook to advertise your business? Because you need to advertise. Now, the way that our rewards and incentives grow is that the merchants and the business, we give the merchant free market support. We will market your business to our customers. We will help you get more customers who have crypto by doing the word of mouth advertising. And this will benefit you as the business because our promotion for our marketing is to market your business because your business is my business. We are business partners here. We are partnering with your business. So in order for me to be successful is to see you successful in your own business. If you receive more and more transactions and volume of payments and transactions by accepting crypto as payment, we are monetizing both of us. And who is also benefiting this? The economy, the ecosystem, the affiliates, the people who are providing value to the project. That is our vision on USDFX. And we can also provide you other sorts of services, such as we can provide the merchants who are in the business of accepting crypto as payment, lending and financing. We can lend your business later on. Once we see that you are having a good transaction volume of fees on the platform and you're using our platform very well, we can lend you money for your next purchase order. Instead of you borrowing this to the bank, you could lend this money to you. We can finance your business by accepting crypto as payment. And again, fees is shared back and goes back to the liquidity of USDFX, which is now given back to the whole affiliates and stakeholders of our next future blockchain development. So this is the reason why we build this ecosystem. And on this ecosystem, I've never seen a stable coin which is utilized this way. I've never seen a stable coin that has a designed only for merchants and business because my goal is crypto adoption. My goal is to see that the technology is widely used and there should be a use case. And that's why we can provide the yield and return back to the affiliates because our transaction volume is shared back again to those who initially believed into this project, into our growth. And we thank you by doing this. So I would rather give it back to the economy, to the affiliates, to the community, rather than spending huge marketing ads on Facebook that doesn't generate that much, huge payment when it comes to the other news that doesn't even give me that much of a traffic. It's just viewers. I need people that will use the platform. So why don't I just spend the marketing budget properly and share it back to the affiliates? That is our affiliate method and becoming a part of our DAO affiliates. So that's basically the summary of what USDFX ecosystem is and our business model. Do you have questions? Yeah. Now, I heard some of our merchants mainly, they are very new when it comes to this space. And our business owners, our SMEs, they have, let's say, a normal coffee shop, a small startup, rice vendor, buko vendor, or even, let's say, the other side. All of our data operations are all internal. Yes. We have all of our team internally, including our developers team and also our admin and operations side. And we're still hiring as of the moment because we started the project of Amara Pay in 2021 and we developed the solution. We applied for the licensing. We applied for the regulation. So we're now in the second phase of the process. And we opened up the company as well in Bahrain and here in Dubai. And next target on our corporate plan is to open the company in Philippines to connect to the local banking so that we will be able to serve the Filipinos when it comes to the cross-border and instant settlement. Parang we will act as an InstaPay, an international InstaPay gateway for crypto to fiat. We will act as a PayPal with credit line. We will act as a payment processor with international credit facility. So that's why we are trying to target our yearly target on operation side and getting our proper licensing for the proper deployment of the technology. So did that answer your question, Mr. Nem Lotero? Perfect. Now, here's our ecosystem. Of course, some of you would be wondering, how are you going to utilize this? And the first set of deployment is to develop the whole merchant payment system, to develop our own exchange, a swap facility. The swap facility, which is connected to a multi-chain already, we have connected it to Bitcoin network, Lightning network, Ethereum network, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain. And we're adding other more EVM blockchain on our own swap facility. But we are not competing against Binance. Some people came to me and they asked, like, would you be able to set up a trading and derivatives, futures, and this? No, guys. Setting that up, trading derivatives, futures, that's too much complicated and it's not our main business model. There are plenty of good exchanges out there. And then that we can vouch that, let's say Binance is widely used. They're aiming to be regulated everywhere. They're applying for their stuff as well. So we can use them rather than be a competitor for them. So we want to partner with them. So we integrate Binance API on our exchange facility, on our merchant payment solution, on our wallet as well, in order for us to get the constant feeds of rate, and in order for us to list easily those tokens that are listed on Binance. So that allows us to do all this process. Second, some of the people ask also, what is our main goal as exchange? So we are not operating as a trading na merong future trading. We don't do that. We don't need that because we don't need to operate an exchange. We can provide them the platform, an easy way for us to do the conversion and swap, and we can integrate it to as many exchange as possible. Why? If we integrate the payments into as many exchanges as possible, it means that it will be much more fluid and easy for us to be able to do the conversion. And we are only the provider of the tech that supports the merchants for settlement to your fiat, because still cash is king, ika nga, right? Cash is still going to be needed for the other supplies. But in the time frame, our goal is to grow our network of affiliates, because every single merchant could have 1,000 customers, 100 customers per day, or even 100,000 customers per day. And this is happening because 10 out of 10, let's say 10 out of 100 would have crypto as well into their wallet. And do you know that in Philippines, we have more than 30 million Filipinos that are involved in crypto. And that is real statistics. 2018, it was 10 million, and now it's growing rapidly. So on our next update, we will be able to accept other sets of currencies as well to be swapped to USDFX, because since we are creating a pool of different types of tokens so that the change is much more easy for everyone. So that's mainly our main vision. So to bridge the gap between all of these SMEs and micro entrepreneurs, since we do understand, and I totally understand your fear, the way that we are going to provide technology is very easy. So our POS terminal will be delivered by next year. So this is our target. And we have now some merchants from Baguio, from other places, who are now going to participate on the beta. on our round. So the way that you want to go into our system, just go visit omarapay.com. Later, I will show you how to do that, and then sign up as a merchant or register your business. And once you register your business, just simply provide all of the details that's needed, and someone will give you a call back afterwards to verify that the documentations or other more documents to be submitted. So this is just a whitelisting stage limited to 100 businesses first who's going to receive the terminal for our beta round. Yes, question? Mar Bahada, your question, please.
Yeah, I have several questions. Pwede bang mag-ano ako, verbal dito?
Sure, no problem.
Number one, I'd like to appreciate you with this presentation. Kasi most of us here, I believe, has very little understanding about blockchain. So I have little understanding of blockchain, but I guess you have given us a broader ano yung chance to understand blockchain. So it's good of you to mention that internet was decentralized in its form in the beginning, and you mentioned also the question of solving problem of transparency and also of the value of time. I remember 13 years ago, the first international transaction I had when I was doing real estate selling, yung kumpanya namin, dealer company, I accepted payment from overseas, which took 45 days to
Wow.
be able to transfer via SWIFT. I think it was in the early beginnings of of the transaction. So now I understood na sinabi mo nga doon, kumikita sila in that time space. So bago kasi dumating dito sa Pilipinas, payment from abroad, nag-ano pa eh, nagko-park pa sa central bank, and I believe nagko-park pa rin sa account ng bangko. So imagine in that space 45 days, ang dami na nilang kinita nun kasi pwede mag-appreciate yung value ng money, pwede pa nilang magamit. So now na we can transact a few minutes with this blockchain or crypto, it's really a lot difference, and it's now to a point of really very fascinating. So comes with the Omara Pay from your presentation here, parang it's like you are offering a new method of transaction, accepting payments from overseas, and from the merchant standpoint, like me, it's really a wonderful development na in a later time, once meron na kaming product or goods or services, we can also cover very huge market overseas with all these crypto payments or blockchain payment. And yung question ko is this: since USDT is around, tumatanggap tayo ng USD payment. So what's the difference of ano yung kaibahan ng Omara Pay or ng USDFX sa USDT? I accept if I can accept payment using USDT, and I can also translate USDT into cash by depositing it to a bank. Ano yung distinguishing features ng Omara Pay or USDFX? Yan, that's the first question. Okay lang, tuloy ko yung next question. The second question is, kailan mangyayari to, yung transaction? Like for us, merchant, I don't know, medyo nawala yata may call ako nasabi nyo na, but if you can repeat it to us again, kailan yung time frame yun na pwede na kami mag-transact overseas as a merchant, accepting payment from overseas client? And that's number 2. Number 3 is, yung number 3 siguro wag na. Yun na lang muna.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Omara Payment is a payment service provider. It's a regulated payment service processors mainly, or we provide the technology for the merchants and the businesses for us to for payment processing. Now, USDFX is the token that acts on the top of the payment so that the transaction will be fluid and will be transparent. So that's way that we created the USDFX as the stable token of payment so that we can monitor all of these transactions in a transparent manner, and the auditors will be able to audit it, which matches on our balance sheets. Because as part of the regulations as well, we are also moving towards to securities. So from the utility side, we're going to apply for the securities on the next stage. And that will still take some time of compliance side requirements since we started the USD FX project on June 2022. June, July, August, in 3 months, we developed the whole smart contract and the whole ecosystem, the whole model itself. Then next, we started our first affiliate webinar on September 30. So September, October, almost 2 months pa lang nagra-run yung affiliate network. Although the Omara payment was registered in 2021 of July last year. So as Amara Zaya Capital is also the project management that holds the project itself and provides the workforce and all of the people who's working onto this project. So as part of that, we're fully into the process of this landscape since we are still new tech. And for them, even central bank here, even the regulators, even the banks here, they're still slow on adopting kasi hindi pa nila naiintindihan in a full-scale process. But there's a different way to be able to get all the regulations processed. But of course, we need to prove our research. So on our research stage is the background, wherein all of the merchants that will participate will provide us a survey, a quick data information, how is the transaction, how fluid it is, anything to improve on the system, on the service, because this is important for our side to be able to prove to the regulators that there is an acceptance. Because they still don't believe that side, that there is a possibility. So yun yung mismong corporate roadmap, goal, and vision, and what Omara Pay and USDFX is. Okay. May question pa? Okay, good. So moving on. So since we know and fully understand yung risk, most of our operators, the business, and we all know business has so many risks, right? There's a lot of compromise type, that operation, market risk, compliance, transactions, and of course, all of this cybersecurities and well. So here on this type of presentation, I will show you our tokenomics so you fully understand why you should be buying the USDFX or you should be participating on our token round. And for you to understand how we diversify the fund, where is the fund getting used for, how much is the token that is out for public. Okay, so this is our company based in Bahrain. We opened it recently, and the main purpose is to invest this fund that we will be receiving from different investors for real estate, for trade industries, edutech, and so on. Because what we're going to do in the next coming part in Bahrain is to help them to tokenize the real estate industry here in the UAE. Because here we are partnered and we are tied up as well with the other companies that are also providing real estate and hotel investments to other international investors. And we we'll be able to help them to tokenize their real estate too. And then the profit and the shares would be given back to our economy. So our partners and our integrations, so we have now this some of our partners. Mondo, I was there recently in Germany. So they're our wallet and digital wallet partner and banking partner based in Germany. And here, some of our integrations and forward is the blockchain as well and so on. So we have more and more partners now that we haven't updated here, but it will be updated on the site in the next few updates. Then these are some of the payment integrations that we can integrate. So we can support also Thai parts and then GPay, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and so on. And our first token was launched on June 10. The birth of the USDFX idea is June 10 last year. It's my birthday, mainly when I launched the token exactly 12 midnight. So that time when I launched it, I was so excited because I know that there is a potential now of this market. And we managed to build and the whole technology on our own from ground roots. So we capitalize, we put the investments, and this time is more of a public token round wherein we are giving back the shares of the blockchain to the stakeholders who's going to stake on our blockchain that we're developing for next year. So the way that we are supporting this other real estate side, that's why we can partner with property development company, real estate development company, and let's say you have other sets of businesses, agriculture, land, and so on. We can help you to do the security tokenization plan as well. Now, our team is widely experienced mainly when it comes to the digital currencies. And one of our advisors, Stephen, have launched their stable coin, a regulated stable coin in Indonesia. And Mohammed is like one of our partners, and he's the founder of Smart Service. It's an AI robotics company, and they are working together with this foundation of the ruler of Dubai. Now, some of our advisor here also works with the royal family and offices and so on. Now, our STO, part of the STO team, is one is based in the US. They're both based in the US, which is purely for security tokens and so on. And some of our team members as well. But we have even more team now that we're going to publish also. So this is the web payment and the UI integrations. No? This one is ready for the merchants, for e-commerce. So that's why we're qualifying the initial stage of that. Let's say if you're a traditional merchant, may business ka like a normal coffee shop, bubble tea, or retailer or reseller of product, what is important nowadays is a website, is a web presence. Because your web presence is highly important because you will be able to receive payments through your own web app. Having your own website is way more better also when it comes to digital presence. Now, the way that we can support the merchants is we can help you build your own website as a normal business, and we can integrate the payment. Combine na siya. So it means when you already have a site, you already have a crypto payment, and you have an option as well on how you want to receive the payment. We can integrate this directly to your bank account as a company, or whether you're using Union Bank, BDO Bank, or other types of bank as well. So we can integrate that. We can also integrate the crypto as an option, and acceptance of all the wallet is ready to be used by your own website. So now it's a one-stop solution for your business. Next, this is our Umara wallet. on Omara Wallet. Our target is to launch the mobile app by 2023. Currently, we are now on the testing stage. So we're testing everything. Okay. Now, on this test, basically itself, what we're going to be utilizing is to help you guys when it comes to the payments, receiving the money, exchanges, and fees. All right. And the merchants also could be, you would be able to use this wallet on sending instant transactions or instant payments. So meron monitoring, and then the debit card and the virtual card you can apply also through our banking partners. Now, this is an opportunity that we're providing to the business owners. So these first verified merchant are approved to receive the first 100 POS machines. So we are giving the first 100 verified and listed merchants. We will select those merchants on our system to receive a POS terminal. POS terminal hardware is $700, and there is a subscription per year for the payment integration, which is paid every single month. And we can still take this subscription directly on your transaction volume. Meaning, if you're a business owner, you don't need to work on your credit card. So you don't need to put your credit card. If you're doing a good transaction volume every month, we can just deduct the fees, small by small, every day or monthly, based on your transaction volume. So if you're doing a good transaction volume on the platform, and every time that you're accepting crypto, you don't need to worry, how am I supposed to pay my subscription? And that is how we're helping this business. Have you ever seen any platform where it doesn't ask you for credit card, but you will be able to pay your subscription fees? On our side, we will be able to take the small amount of the monthly fees based on your transaction volume. So it means you didn't really put any money up front. And you are also earning as you're accepting crypto as a payment. Next part is like we have our partner here in Arabia. We can support other businesses as well to be into this market as well for listing. And they are our separate partner who they can also provide other marketing as well for your business email and customers or brand awareness. So we can help you get listed with Marasi Franchise Arabia. They have been here this for more than 12 years. Yung founder, she's a powerful woman, and I met her basically last year in Bahrain, and we started talking about all of this merchant digitalization when we registered our entity in Bahrain. Okay. Now, today, this is a very important day for us because we want to you guys to understand that we're doing a bonus round for USDFX token. And for this bonus round, I want you to understand what USDFX is actually a stable token for payment. We are not a volatile coin. We will not going to be higher or lower, or this is not going to be on the volatility range. And everything is backed by 1:1 in value. So $1 is 1 USDFX in a sense. Yan. Now, the way that we support the USDFX, since we are processing payments, of course, we have constant fees. We're giving it back to the token. Now, the token itself will have a value which can be converted to peso, to dollar, to euro directly into your account. So the moment you receive it, you can just withdraw and select where to withdraw your money, and you can settle it instantly. That's why we are moving to this stage of getting other more banking partners. And you can order your own debit card through Mondegate or through next on our future partners that will be in the Philippines. Let's fingers crossed for us to be able to issue now an account also for the merchants based in the Philippines. So we are working on that on the business development side. And the next part is on our tokenomics. Here is how we use the money. Okay. So This is important for you to understand what is the token ecosystem, where is the company using the funds. So our compounded use of funds is divided between the exchange facility or the swap facility and the merchant payment system, because we are providing sets of liquidity. So this is a liquidity round of investment. So all of the stable token fundraise will all go to the liquidity side. And insurance. So you will probably ask, who is our insurance company partner? For now, we are quoting and selecting who will be our insurance partners for the company. So we now have received, let's say, 4 or 5 companies, but we are selecting which one is better and which one could really provide us the pure good custody and insurance for the company. If whatever happens to the company, it means there's still funds that could be given back to the investors and to the stakeholders or to the people who use this company. The technology from MaraPay. Operations. So we have now an operations per year. So this is our second year, and it will be around 1.2 million to 2 million per year. It might go even more depending on the need of the operation. So we are locking the fundraise 13% of it to the operation side, and the rest goes to support the development, because we need to develop the blockchain technology. We need to develop as well the platform, keep doing updates, hire more developers, expand our manpower. And the legal and compliance would be to handle all the legalities everywhere. But the rest goes to the liquidity, meaning liquidity is like yung 1 USDFX can be converted easily. So there is an instant output. If there's a pay-in, there's an payout. So that's mainly the purpose of that, and also for the listing purposes. Now, on our end, we started with our private sale round for 45 cents on the seed stage, although we finished it already. Second round was 75 cents, and it's already done for our private investors round. And next would be the public sale round. So the company is already in the process now for our Series A of funding. And we are now in pure KPI mode. So we have investors that are traditional finance investors, VCs, funds that are already investing into the project, although we are in the KPI. Because KPI means I need to deliver, right? So one part of our KPI is to grow our merchant database. And the next is to grow our ecosystem to have more and more users. And this is purely being transparent to the community. That for our side, we can already operate the project. But we want to share this back to the community because we want to have more holders of the token. So if you're the holder itself, the way that we're locking the token, 20% of the 100 million token is locked for 3 years, meaning 20 million coin is locked. Okay? So we cannot spend it for 3 years. And the way that this lock is set mainly is that it will only be unlocked after 1.5 years for a small unlock period. And we needed to put our use of fund, yung nakita nyo kanina, which is the 15%, which is equivalent to 20 million, 1:1 in dollar, to the insurance, to have a backing of support of real money. And this will be audited by a third-party finance authority, which is we don't know yet. This will be provided by the regulated authority, meaning they're the one who's going to identify who is the verification, the auditor. So we cannot select our auditor. It's part of the rules mainly. Now, for the team, we have 10%, but it is vesting. Vesting meaning our tokens are locked. As a founder, we only have 6%, together with the founding team and the core team, and 4% or 10% for the whole business itself shared to our team, meaning 10 million coin lang. That is our maximum. And we cannot get even more than that. And we are vested for 18 months to 24 months in total, 2 years, that we cannot touch our token. And we are only receiving small fractions of it every month. While the rest, for the other side of the fixed staking, yung fixed term depositor staking plan, we have this for 1 year. Right now, we do it as a 12 by 888% is released every month on Near blockchain. And then on the other chain, we will see we might customize it as 10% release every month. So every month yon, capital and interest return mainly. And the rest goes for the exchange listing, goes to the liquidity, goes to the instant conversion, instant use, and we are creating a pool for the staking with multiple blockchain so that we are generating yield and return. Para nagkakaroon ng growth and income then. Okay, so this is basically our tokenomics and our token ecosystem for those who will participate on the token sale, and how you could understand the advantages on how we are spending the company funds mainly. Question? Okay. If you have any questions to token sale, let me know. Tokenomics, let me know as well. Okay, moving on. So the way that we saw this one when it comes to the token side, so we're talking now about the token. So the token advantages itself is yung liquidity provisioning. Like, let's say, those certain types of tokens, we created the pool. So the pool itself will provide good transaction volumes, and we are sharing it back again to those who stake for premium per year. And those person who stake will receive the share of the staking pool as well. Now, the way that we diversify the money and the way that we are sharing it back, why can we offer 5 to 20% per year? We will be able to offer that because we are securing this mainly from the transaction volumes. So Amara Pay's operation will start from January 2023 and onwards. We now have merchants that will use us. And those merchants will start already the transaction flow, correct? So every single month, the merchants create a transaction volume. It is shared back to our investors. And you can convert the USDFX from 1:1 in value, because for now, the token price is 85 cents. So you buy the token at a lowest rate with 85 cents. Now, we are giving today 15% more bonus for those who have Polygon or Matic and Binance Smart Chain or BNB. So you can take advantage of the bonus round, and this token is unlocked token, meaning automatically it's on your wallet. You don't need to wait for the contract to mint it to you every month. You already have your 15% bonus on top of that. So you can use the smart contract by swapping it, by sending it, or sending your Matic or BSC. And the good news, guys, in the next coming weeks, we're going to announce the next token. And we want to accept, I heard, SLP is good in Philippines, where there's so many people who are holding SLPs, right? There's so many people who are holding other sets of coins like that. We will be accepting that, and we will be able to convert it to USDFX as well. So we can accept as many other tokens also that are listed or even into the stage of listing. So marami tayo magiging token partners afterwards this. Now, this is your opportunity as well. There are many ways to become an investor, and we call it smart money. Smart money is, in a sense, that your money should work for you. Ika nga. So since we are partnering with different real estate development, property development companies or this, we can support them on the tokenization. And since we have our group of other investors as well that are also investing into the hotel profit real estate and so on, we can support now the hotels for real estate tokenization or fractionalized shares. And the way that we do it is we are also investing onto the hotel shares. So we buy the hotel, for example, and we pay 50% of the money to secure the property. If the price of that property is 1,500,000 is paid, 500,000 is shared to 5 investors who are interested for the hotel investment. So to tokenize the shares. So we're tokenizing it, and then whatever return of the profit is again shared to the investors back into the system. Yan. So 5. And the rest goes to the mother entity in Bahrain. And we tokenize the properties itself, the profit, and the investors get their returns equally. Now, the way that we do it as well is we're providing them as proof of ownership. And the way that we are spending the money for that one and getting the fees, and we're collecting our profit that we collect into the real estate or the hotel investment, this is how we diversify it naman. So the rest, 50% all goes to the cost, pero for us, we're already getting the net. Now, here, investors will share the 30% of the profit and the company will only take 20%. But on our 20% profit, we bring it back to the liquidity and support the insurance and legal fees of the token. So that's how we are always rotating the capital because we are a capitalist. And that is a smart money and smart investment that will provide the collateralized asset to support the ecosystem. And those who participate as a hotel investors, we can share them the profit, and we can also let them use the facility, and we give them a proof of ownership as an NFT. And from that NFT, they collect the profit. And they can transfer it to anyone. They can sell their shares to anyone as well. Now we provide them later on the VIP Gold membership as well, only for those who are on the real estate side, the investors. So those are other set of investors that we are also getting in touch with. And we're using the USDFX token again as a mode of entry, as a mode of payment. So think about how much transactions would it flow through, diba? If USDT is doing 39 billion transactions per day, what more if we have 1 million affiliates in our community? How much transaction volume would it be for everyone to use and spend and pay with all the merchants? And if we have 10,000 merchants or more, how good would it be that you are no longer bounded to withdraw money on the bank and pay the bank for withdrawal? The bank is limiting your money for withdrawing to cash. The bank is charging you for the deposit of your cash, and the bank is utilizing the time to make money out of your money, while you will now hold your own asset directly on your wallet to spend, to pay, and you, as the affiliate, will always earn passively as the stakeholder of the blockchain. My question, we're almost finished for this one. Next. So since like mentioned, we are developing this one starting next year. We will be releasing our white paper, tech documentation, and so on. It's a stage and process, but for now, our priority is our business owners. is our merchant who's going to use us and to be used also by the tech. Now, becoming a part of the stakeholders, like I believe some of your friends recommended you the business this way. You as a stakeholder, when you're promoting Ethereum right now, are you making money as a influencer? No. Do Binance pay you a fee for promoting Binance or just by walking around with Binance t-shirt? No. But Binance get free advertising because of you. Correct? Ethereum gets advertising because of you. But you're not earning from their blockchain transactions because you are not a node. So what is a node? A node is those shareholder then ng blockchain. But they invested heavily before, privately. When it launched, they already have their own investors who are billions and millions of dollars. Now, on our business model, we are sharing it back to the community. So if you have 10,000 USDFX to stake and you hold this 10K on your wallet and you stake it into our blockchain node, you're taking 25% of the fees, but it's limited to 250. As a master node, our requirement is higher for 100K USDFX because they're taking a good voting mechanism and a good set, but it's limited to 100 and one node can only have one power in a sense. Okay. Affiliate node itself are you. So this is where we are giving it to the affiliates. So Scale Novelty is a DAO, is an organization to provide leadership and support to the merchants, to the business, to provide access to the networking events, event memberships, and so on. It's a VIP club system wherein it's exclusive also to the affiliate network. So you can all do network gathering and business gathering, business meetups, and we can invite other companies too. So the way that the Scale Novelty DAO is growing right now, we are giving you the 20%. You own the 20% of the blockchain. And it's lifetime opportunity because you're constantly generating profit as a node for every new transactions block that is successfully listed on the blockchain. You are spreading the fees nodes, meaning you will become the stakeholder of the nodes. And as a company, we are only taking 5% of the blockchain nodes. And we generate it and we distribute it back to the developers, payment for technology, marketing, and operating the blockchain itself. So that's basically the whole USDFX Omara payment concept all together in a quick summary. Okay, questions, guys?